Hello and welcome to another decluttering video. Yes, another decluttering video. And today our focus is on the living room. So just like in our other videos, we're just going through and we're looking for stuff to get rid of. Hello, my name is Ashley. If this is our first time ever meeting, and in this season of my life, I am in the mood to get rid of everything I own. But if you're curious what brought me to this point, my living situation and everything that's been going on, you'll have to go back and watch some of my other videos if you want to, so you can caught up until this point. But for now, we don't have a lot of time, so I've just got to get focused and let's get rid of stuff. It's really quite amazing how little I care about my appearance these days. I used to be completely Miss Priss, and I would not go into town or make a video or anything like that unless I was put together. And I don't know if it's because of age or because of my situation, but it seems like I just care a little bit less these days about what I look like. But this is how I have been surviving. Vapor rub. We have mold in this house, so while I'm here, we have the windows open. I've got the door open. I'm going to have the fan going, and I put vapor rub on my neck. No, you're not supposed to put it underneath your nose, but I have to open me up and to be able to breathe, because I have a bad reaction to mold, and it threatens to cut off my air supply. It makes my throat swell. So that is how I'm surviving. And then also, we spend very little time here. Like, we will cook and eat here, and we shower here, and we sleep here. But other than that, like 80% of the time, we are not in this house. So I'm going to show you the living room, but just know that we don't have any living room furniture. I doubt we're going to get any. I'm thinking about, honestly, moving all of our things into the spare bedroom, because that is where the least amount of bugs are. We had somebody come out and spray it again on Monday, but the bugs, they're not getting any better. This house has sat abandoned for such a long time, and they're in the walls, they're in the structure and stuff. So that's just my living situation at the moment. So when you see this living room, you'll understand why we don't have any furniture. Okay, so here is a glance at what the living room looks like. This is where we have the biggest carpenter ant infestation. I mean, but we have them everywhere, but right here is really bad. So there's no way we can put some furniture there and hang out in here. So we've got 2 chairs, and we sit right here and we eat and we watch a little bit of TV, and that's pretty much it. Did go ahead and start decluttering yesterday, and these are the things that I have decluttered. So in the kitchen decluttering video, let's see, let me get this to focus. So we threw away 13 items, and then the 59 items that we're getting rid of are these that are sitting right here in the box. So that means that we got rid of 72 items in the kitchen. So far in the living room, I've gotten rid of 21 items here, and that's everything that's sitting here, everything in that bag, and then 9 items to throw away. And the 9 items that I'm throwing away, I've got them sitting right here. It's all like medicines and things like that. So I'm going to throw this in the trash. But so we've got 30 items so far to add to the 72 that we originally got rid of. But let's go ahead and just get busy. Guys, the ants are everywhere, and they climb up the walls, and it's just so annoying. You're constantly killing bugs. All right, let's get busy. We're starting right here in the corner. This is a couple shelves. I did decide to hang on to them, and those are just lids to totes that I need to hang on to. I decided to part with this shelf. It's like a floating shelf, the way that it connects to the wall, where there aren't any brackets that are visible, but I'm not going to put it up and use it. I had that home sweet home sign in our other house, but you know what? I'm not going to use it. I'm not going to put it up. Let's get rid of it. Get rid of the rug. I'm still putting everything into the same location so we can keep up with it and count it, and, you know, just store it in one place until I take it to the thrift store. Those 2 things I had on the wall next to the home sweet home sign at the other place, but I just don't want them. I'm going to get rid of them. The little hello sign too, it's cute, but decided to get rid of it as well. All of the signs and things, I don't know. I just do not want any of this stuff anymore. I think that when we do get a house, I just want it to be very basic. I'm probably going to get rid of both of these side tables, but I'm not going to count it for now because I guess I'm not going to get rid of them at this very moment. But yesterday I went through the TV stand and a bunch of different areas, but the focus that we're going to do next is in here. I have been storing like summer clothes. I did have them packed away really nicely, but I've kind of dug in there to find a few things. But I'm going to go through this quickly and then we will be done with decluttering the living room for now. I may get rid of these curtain rods. I'm not really sure yet, but I'm going to hang on to them for right now. We've got another ant. Look at this pile that I just swept up in a short amount of time. This is the bug infestation that we are dealing with. I'm still really gaining strength from Philippians at the moment. This is Paul the Apostle that's writing this. It's an epistle, which is called a letter, and he's writing it to the Philippi people while he is in prison in a bad situation. And, you know, it's funny how you can read a book of the Bible 100 different times. We've heard all of this all of our lives, but in different seasons, it just speaks to us more, and we learn something new every time that we go back to read it. But, you know, in Philippians chapter 4, and it starts at verse 11, it says, "Not that I speak in regard to need, for I have learned in whatever state I am in to be content. I know how to be abased, I know how to abound. Everywhere and in all things I have learned both to be full and to be hungry, both to abound and to suffer need. I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me." So Paul, he has learned to be content in every situation. And, you know, if we go back just a little bit in Philippians chapter 3, let's see where this is starting at. So it looks like it's starting in verse 8, verse 7. We'll start there. But it says, "But what things were gain to me, these things I have counted loss for Christ. Yet indeed I also count all things for loss for the excellence of knowledge of Jesus Christ my Lord, for whom I have suffered the loss of all things and count them as rubbish, that I may gain Christ and be found in him, not having my own righteousness, which is from the law, but that which is through faith in Christ, the righteousness which is from God by faith, that I may know him and the power of his resurrection and the fellowship of his sufferings, being conformed to his death, if by any means I attain to the resurrection from the dead." But Paul saying, hey, all of these things that I'm going through, all of the things that I have lost, he counts it all as rubbish. Like, it doesn't amount to a hill of beans in comparison to knowing Jesus Christ and having a relationship with him, and how he's being filled, you know, by fulfilling the plans and the purpose that God has for him. So he's looking at a bad situation through eyes of faith and trusting in his Lord Jesus Christ. So, I mean, that's really encouraging to me. And if, you know, we really profess to be born again believers, then we're going to go through some stuff. There's going to be some hard times. Things are not always going to be butterflies and rainbows. Just because you're a Christian doesn't mean that everything is going to be jolly and go your way. Okay, so the clothes that are in here are maybe a keep. I don't know what fits me. I'm going to have to go through and try everything on and declutter more stuff. This pile right here, I'm probably for sure going to get rid of, but I just need to try them on real quick before I make that final decision. So the only one I'm for sure getting rid of is this lavender top because it doesn't fit me. So we'll add this to the pile and then we'll go through and try these things on and decide on that later. Okay, so our final numbers from decluttering the living room, the decluttering that I did by myself and the decluttering that you and I did together. I am getting rid of 35 items and I threw 10 away. So that makes a total of 45 items that we're getting rid of today. So between the kitchen and the living room, that means that there's 117 items total that we have decided to part with. So that feels pretty good, but I'll give you an overlook of everything that we're getting rid of from today. Okay, so here's a glance at everything that we decluttered today and that we're getting rid of. And here is a glance at the kitchen stuff that we decided to get rid of. So 117 items here. Thank you so much for being here on this journey with me. Your love, support, and prayers, they mean so much because I could certainly use all the prayers that I could get in the season of my life. But I have got to go because I have got to get busy. I've got a very heavy work day ahead of me. And if the Lord lets me live, then pretty soon you'll be seeing what I've been working on. But anyways, I love you guys. You keep fighting that good fight of faith, and I'll see you in the next one.